You ready for this? If you been watching the channel, you know that that song that is playing right now is the old intro and outro, which I am thinking about going back to, bro. I don't know why today. I just was going back and I watched one of my old videos and I was just like, yo, this is like, I just enjoy it, bro. Today, man, keeping my promise, giving y'all behind the scenes of the freaking manga. This video is mainly going to address the power system and how things are done, how fighting happens, and all that good stuff. So what you're seeing on the screen right now is a written out diagram from me, by me, that gives me a clear-cut example of exactly how everything is done. So let's focus on this first box right here. So I forgot to add angels and fallen angels. You're going to be introduced to 7 different races: human, dwarves, demons, beast people, this is beat people, elves, and Nephilim, and angel and fallen. But all in all, same difference. So the thing I'm going for is a chakra-like type thing. So think of chakra or think of ki, and that's exactly what I'm kind of redoing, trying to make it my own thing, trying to make it unique. We're gonna call it VITA. Okay, VITA is short for vitality. VITA is this life energy that all living things have inside of them. Okay, humans, dwarves, demons, beast people, elves, Nephilim, angels, they all have it, right? I say many can see it physically when the user is imbuing or focusing a VITA. Some have more than others, so it sometimes leaks out. So a good example of that would be this guy here with the rounder head. So he would be an example of somebody with small VITA. Like, it's not leaking out, it's not doing nothing crazy, it's not going too wild. That's exactly how it would look. All right, whereas you got somebody with large VITA, a lot of the captains, or a strong enemy. You're gonna have people so strong that VITA shows even if you're not trying to find it or focus in on it. Now that I got the bone, the skeleton of everything down, VITA. VITA is basically, think of chakra, ki, nin, an energy source that all living things have. Beast people. All right. So beast people are going to be mainly made up of, that's why I didn't put them there, cats and dogs. So cat-eared people, dog-eared. Okay. The cat-eared people, the most common thing about them are their speed and agility and their sensing skills, such as sensing VITA, sound, just to give some examples, right? And then the dog-eared people, their more common skills are strength and also sensing skill. All right, but both can use VITA to make up for vice versa. Okay, meaning they can use VITA to make up for what they're lacking. So their look and appearances are similar to humans, but with animal features. Again, dog ears and cat ears. Nothing too crazy, nothing too overboard. And they live in the city and the sanctuary. More on that in the next video whenever we're going to talk about the world and stuff. Elves are magic users, ranged fighters. They are guardians of the tree of life. Kind of giving y'all little details here and there. All right. The tree of life provides sap from the tree to help the dwarves make runes. So the elves also refuse to live in the city with the humans and the beast people. Only a handful live inside the city, and most of them would be part of Generation Red. All right. Okay. So then we have dwarves. Dwarves are natural miners. They're rune smiths, blacksmiths, short, of course. Some are medium size, very strong, naturally. And when smithing runes, they use large amounts of VITA. So that'll be the thing with the runes that they make. So making runes take up a lot of the VITA that they use. Meaning, so like, they can't just like make a rune for their weapon and then also imbue that weapon to fight without losing a lot of VITA. So that's kind of like their drawback. So when they're doing these things and using runes and smithing them, they using up a lot of VITA. So humans, of course, we're natural tool users. Nephilim look exactly as humans do. Difference is they are the children of a fallen angel and a human. So they are born with powers that they inherit from the fallen angel who parented them. Okay. So they fight differently depending on their powers. So I'm gonna just say it like this: all Nephilim and angels have unique powers, and that's what make them fight uniquely from everybody else. All right. So you can basically say that Nephilim are superhuman. They're faster, they're stronger, they're more durable than humans are. So basically, you know, we can say they're superhuman, right? Moving on, we're gonna further explain VITA. All right. So VITA, again, is like this chakra type thing. All right. So for example, you can focus VITA at a certain point in your body, making it stronger than if it was just a regular normal thing, right? So for example, if I was to punch a brick wall or something with my hand, it would probably hurt. It probably would break my hand. But if I am to focus VITA at my fist and then punch that same wall, as you can see here, you can break it, all right, or damage it without taking any damage yourself. Okay. Or for another example would be focusing VITA at your feet, making yourself able to jump higher, run faster. So that's pretty much how humans would use VITA to compete with beast people, elves, dwarves, and fight back demons and fallen angels. So that's how humans keep up. So let's move on to like a key element. These runes are the runes that I've been talking about and that the rune smiths, the dwarves, make. So upper left is fire, upper right is water, the lower left is air, and the lower right is earth. These runes though can be combined to create more elements, meaning, so you can take air and water, throw that together, now you have ice. Wow. You have these four common elements, and you're combining them to make different elements. All right. So the thing with this is combining air and water together makes for a stronger rune. Okay. And the stronger the rune, the more VITA you have to imbue into that rune to activate it. Okay, it works. You have to imbue it and do it safely, because if you put too much into it, it makes the rune stronger, right? But you can overload the runes and pretty much make them self-destruct. That's also a drawback. So you might get someone that has a lot of VITA and they're thinking, okay, I'm just gonna put as much as this as possible as I can. You can do that, but you have to also be able to control that amount of VITA in one whole rune without making it overload and self-destruct on you and hurt you or whoever you're around, right? So it comes down to how good you can control your VITA as well as how much VITA you have. So controlling it is just as important as having a lot of it. This is an example here. So, you know, fire runes on here, and the sword is heated up. The sword has a flame on it. The sword can slice flames. You know, you just get creative, right? So this is an example of a fire rune on a sword, and the sword is lit on fire after imbuing some VITA into it. All right, and then you have a hammer here, which has an earth. Well, I don't think I put the whole thing on there. No, I didn't put a line through the triangle, so that would be water. But pretend there's a line through that. Pretend there's a line through that. All right, so that's the earth symbol, and you could slam that on the ground and it can configure the way the earth around you is. You can use VITA to take more damage. So, but doing this, you have to control your VITA even more than you are with a weapon. So that's how crazy it is, because this is kind of OP. All right, so the more defense you're using like this, the more VITA you're using, and you have to be able to control it even better than if you were controlling a weapon. So somebody can master controlling multiple runes together and still be bad at defense, right? Whereas somebody that's good at defense is like probably gonna be a grandmaster or something. Think of Gojo. Think of Gojo, how he has a thing. You're gonna be like, wait, how the fuck did that not? But I don't want you to be surprised. This is why. So in this video, we focus mainly on powers and the weapons and the way fighting and stuff is gonna work and how they're gonna fight and what they're gonna use, all that good stuff. Hey, listen, man, if you enjoyed this video about me talking about my manga for almost 50 minutes, almost an hour, leave a like, man. Comment your thoughts and impressions. Comment some questions you have about the manga or whatever you want to know about it. I'll try to get to it. I mean, I don't really get comments, so I'm pretty sure I get to it. And of course, subscribe, man. Stay tuned, stay updated, subscribe, and yeah, man, that's really it, man. So thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna catch y'all on the flip.